Hello everyone, my name is Reapers. Today I will be talking about another aesthetic. I will be talking about the aesthetic that is called Lovecore, and some things that came from it. Let's get started. First things first, let's dive into the information on Lovecore. It was created during the 1960s, but was really made popular and was really made an aesthetic on Tumblr. For those of you who don't know, Tumblr was made in 2007, so this aesthetic was probably made really popular during the early 2010s. The other names it goes by include Heartcore, Crushcore, and Cupidcore. I want to mention that on the wiki page for Lovecore, in the key values, it lists obsession. Now that we know the basic information of Lovecore, let's get into the details of what it's all about. It's based around the culture of manufactured goods you might get around Valentine's Day, or tangible forms of love and affection. So like candies, Valentine's Day cards, basically gifts given to you from a partner on Valentine's Day. Sometimes it overlaps with animes in edits or anime characters with hearts and stuff as such. We'll talk about this more in a moment. The visuals include anything shaped like a heart and in the colors for Lovecore. Stuffed animals, lipstick, cute animals, and many other things are also included into the category of visuals for Lovecore. I won't be going into fashion or music, and the activities include various forms of affection. There are various subgenres such as Shakespearean Lovecore and Victorian Lovecore. Remember when I mentioned how it sometimes overlaps into animes? Let's get into a little more on that. So the subcategory we are going to be talking about is called Yandere. So before we get into this too deeply, I will be putting a quick content warning here. Violence is mentioned, and I will provide a timestamp to not listen to it. If you're sensitive to that stuff or just don't want to hear about violent stories or violent information currently. Thank you for listening to this quick content warning, and now let's go into Yandere. Eventually, over time, Lovecore became very anime-centric, and a subcategory called Yandere appeared. You may be wondering, what exactly does Yandere mean? Well, allow me to tell you. Yandere is a character trope. Characters with said trope are known to be violent and unhealthily obsessive towards love interests. Most times, they are described by many as mentally ill or lovesick. Now that we know that, let's get into more info about this. Yandere is quite the controversial trope, since it is considered to be fetishizing or demonizing mental illness, as well as making abuse seem romantic when it isn't. I also want to quickly mention the common motifs list for Yandere. In the list, the aesthetic by the name of Kurokawa was mentioned. Kurokawa is an aesthetic that also goes by the name of creepy cute, and it combines the elements of horror or grotesque imaging with cute. I might go into this in a different video and a trend it's confused with, but for right now, let's get back to the current topic. So, we established that a yandere is someone who is sweet at first, but when their crush is involved, they will act violently. So now that begs the question of Lovecore, and exactly where did yandere come in terms of Lovecore and its existence? I mean, Lovecore is quite wholesome, and Yandere seems to be dark and grim. Let's get into that a little bit. And also, there's going to be a huge trigger warning for this following part, and timestamps will be provided if you need them. Thank you for listening to this quick little trigger warning. Now let's resume. As I couldn't find the answer to the question, I did, however, find that yandere term isn't exactly just for anime characters. It's also a real-life occurrence. It gained popularity when the infamous last episode of a show by the name of School Days aired, and later followed a real-life murder attempt. A 21-year-old woman named Yuka Takoaka on May 23rd, 2019, made a confession. In her confession, she stated the following, and I quote, "Since I loved him so much, I just couldn't help it. After killing him, I too wanted to die." Many pointed out the resemblance between this behavior and that of a yandere. Hi guys, I just realized I pronounced her name wrong. It's Takaoka. I am a huge brain. Okay, yeah, that's all. You don't have to criticize me in the comments. I know. So that was Lovecore and the yandere subcategory. Overall, Lovecore is very wholesome, while yandere is more of a strange case, I suppose. Either way, I hope that you all enjoyed this video, even though it may have had a dark ending. All of the resources used for this video will be linked in the description below, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.